Hello everyone, you've signed on for another great edition of the King's Castle. King James along with Blair Chopin and Pete Kohlberg. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening, King.
This is a big night around here, as you all know, because this is the first night of the 2017 NFL Draft. Now, we're going to break down the draft this year a little bit differently. Gentlemen, I want each of you to tell me who you think is a standout and who you think...
Oh, we're already doing the draft?
Yeah. Who you think...
Oh, I was gonna take a shit myself break while you guys talked about wrestling. But I guess you need me.
Blair, I want you to tell me, is there somebody you think is a given from the combines and you say this guy has to be in the NFL? And if so, where do you think they're going?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty low standard because plenty of these guys are going to make rosters. So if you ask me, this guy has to be in the NFL, I could just name like 100 people. But the number one overall pick is probably going to be Myles Garrett, the defensive end from Texas A&M. He's a freak athlete.
Okay.
He's got a little bit of Julius Peppers in him. But the Browns could shit themselves, which would be ironic.
So you
and
say
they could draft the quarterback from North Carolina, which would be a disaster.
And who would that be?
That would be Mitch Trubisky, and that would be a disaster. And I would send condolences to everyone in Cleveland.
Why?
They would want the Facebook killer to come back and take them off.
Wait.
Because
I've actually read on some of these, or seen on like NFL Network, that the Tar Heels quarterback is like the second best quarterback.
Trubisky?
Yeah.
No, but like if he's
second
the first
best to even come out.
The first, he can't be. There's no reason for Cleveland to draft him number one.
None.
First of all, he's played 13 games. Last year, he wasn't like. If you were to watch Mitch Trubisky play last year, you'd been like, this guy's pretty average. UNC's missing their quarterback from last season.
Mm-hmm.
He lost to NC State and Duke. Maybe Wake too. Maybe they lost all the shitty teams in the Triangle.
Well,
So you're going to tell me a mediocre quarterback from North Carolina, you're going to pick him over a guy who's going to get you 15 to 16 sacks a year. That's the most Cleveland thing I've ever heard.
to be honest, Blair.
That's where careers go to.
To be honest, Blair, if you ask me, there's only one shitty team in the Triangle, and we know which team that is. Duke.
Oh, yeah.
No, but they're all bad in football. So, I mean, like, if they do that and their fans don't throw empty beer bottles at their stadium, I would be so irate.
Well, why would you not want Cleveland to draft him? Because you know what they say, Cleveland rocks Ohio!
They say that, and they can say that, and that's fine, but they've been terrible in football for years. The Browns have been terrible for years. And they've had bad quarterback after bad quarterback. There's the infamous girl who has the jersey, and she has the list of all the Browns quarterbacks going down the jersey. Yeah, they've all been crossed out. And I just think this guy would be another guy who's going to be crossed out.
Yeah.
And what I don't get, and Pete can back me up on this, is like if you're going to draft a quarterback, what the hell is wrong with Deshaun Watson?
Well, that was who I was going to say.
The quarterback from Clemson. Like, that guy is unbelievable.
But don't send him to the Browns.
No,
don't send him to the Browns.
Deshaun Watson, where do you see him going, if you had to guess?
I think he'd be a good backup for a few years.
For who?
Well, I don't know why Cleveland has the 12th pick. I don't know why they just want to pick him with the 12th pick, and then they fill both needs.
Okay, I've got a question for you then, Blair. Sorry to interrupt you, but I've got a question for you.
Okay.
If they sign another quarterback, what do they do with Osweiler? Is that a quarterback battle?
No, they're playing. I think their plan was to get rid of Osweiler anyway.
Well, the
Texans wanted to get rid of Osweiler without having to take on his salary.
Yeah.
So they offered the Browns basically a second-round pick.
Okay. Because I just thought about Osweiler being there.
Well, the way I see it, given the opportunity, you would want to draft at least two people for every position because you need stand-ins.
Right.
So either way, he could be a good stand-in.
Analysis here. Yes, but why? Okay, this is all about value now. Why would you draft a stand-in when you can draft someone who's ready to play from day one and who you know is going to be good? Like, I know this guy from Texas A&M is going to be good.
Right.
I worry about his inconsistency and effort, but he's a freak athlete. He could fart. and get every game just take a shit for 3 quarters and still get 10 sacks a year, because he's like Julius Peppers, he's that kind of guy.
Well, Julius Peppers is shitty, but he had a shitty attitude.
James, he's on the Panthers now. Relax.
Wait.
Yeah, Julius Peppers signed a 1-year deal with the Panthers.
Yeah, he's a Panther again.
But don't you remember? He hated being here the first time.
No, he loved it. That's fake news.
Very fake.
We're erasing the entire past. Julius, we love you.
Okay, if you say so.
But yeah, Julius can provide 6 to 7 sacks, and he's doing his job. He can have a scowl on his face if he wants.
Well, hopefully Julius can get us back on track. But when we come back, I want to get you guys' opinion on...
Wait, that's it? That's all we're talking about?
What?
That was the least detailed segment I've ever
You'll
had.
see where I'm going with this in a second. When we come back, I want to get you guys' opinion on potential trades this season.
Well, I don't know who's going to trade for who. How the hell am I supposed to know that?
Wild shot in the dark.
That's why they call it an NFL draft prediction show, sir.
You're fired from hosting NFL draft shows.
You're not saying fired right. You're supposed to.
You're fired.
Yeah.
No,
I have no idea who's going to trade for who.
you can't fire me. I'm the host.
I have no idea who's trading for who. How am I supposed to know that?
Just wild guess.
All right, here's...
Just take a guess.
Bullshit my way through this. All right, ask me the question.
Who do you see being a potential trade? In the early rounds from people who's already on the roster.
Oh, what players could get traded?
Yeah.
Well, I thought for a while it was going to be Jimmy Garoppolo, but now I don't think that's going to happen.
And I've said from the beginning that wouldn't happen.
I don't see why.
Why is that?
But I don't see why they wouldn't do that. But I don't know.
Well,
the Patriots know all. I never doubt Bill Belichick.
All that aside,
That's right.
We're going to focus a little more on the home team when we come back, so stay right there.
James, what are you doing? We just started talking about something else, and you're okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll get it together.